And today there's an Ontario court hearing by 7 youth activists who argue in a lawsuit against the government of Ontario, claiming that Ontario has set greenhouse gas emission reduction targets dangerously low, and there is a discriminating against young people who they say is bearing the disproportionate burden of climate change, saying that by the time that they are adults, well, climate change is going to highly affect their lives. Now, this constitutional challenge is backed by eco-justice environmental lawyer and is set to be heard in the Ontario Superior Court. The issue of the lawsuit dates back to 2018 when the newly elected Progressive Conservative government repealed a law from the former Liberal government that had established a cap-and-trade system for reducing emissions. Now, that law had set a target of reducing emissions 37% below 1990 levels by 2030. And the PCs under Doug Ford replaced the target with one to reduce emissions 30% below 2005 levels by 2030. They're saying that reducing the percentage target and moving the baseline year will allow for an additional 200 million tons that the youth experts claim because of that change. And they're saying that is a dangerously high level of greenhouse gas emissions that violate the section of the Charter when it comes to life and security of a person, as well as discriminating based on age, the lawsuit alleges. Now, the activists and their lawyers say that in a written argument, and this is the argument, youth, and in particular youth under 18 years old and the future generations, will bear a disproportionate burden of climate change's most devastating impacts due to their unique characteristic, and the fact that the escalating nature of the impact of climate change means the most devastating effect will occur during their lifetime. The Ontario government is asking the court to dismiss the lawsuit, arguing against the judicial control over environmental and climate policy, saying that there is no constitutional right requiring a government to take certain actions now to avoid a future climate-related harm. And that's according to the government lawyers in a written argument. Now, the the government doesn't dispute human-caused climate change, but it's risks to people's health. But in order for the lawsuit to succeed, the youth, the 7 of them, will have to prove that the province's new targets would cause or contribute to those harms that date, according to the government and their lawyer. Now, as is a developing story, there'll be more to continue on that.